This is your Sleepless God again, back with What If the Punisher Was a Governmental Experiment, Part 2. So, surprisingly not dead yet. Haven't perished yet. I know I do some weird shit, but haven't perished yet. But just remember, just subscribe. I'm just remind you. Just remind you to subscribe. Just subscribe. Nothing big deal. But let's start the recap. Last time we left off, Frank Castle and these brothers. He has three brothers. Three boys in the house. Him, the oldest, his second youngest. So it goes 18, 16, 4. And so what happened in the beginning is he was driving his truck down the road. Someone crashed into him and ruined his an entire career because he was a fully scholarshiped kid that was going into some good schools. And because he broke his leg, none of the schools wanted him. And his brother completely shattered his back. So basically paralyzed from the waist all the way down. So for that moment in his life, he was feeling terrible. He felt like it was his responsibility to build this back up, so he did. He went to a governmental experiment station right next, connected to the Weapon X program. Same thing that made Deadpool, Wolverine, but a governmental one. So war. After 10 years of that and of hell, basically, of him doing the most worst things that you can ever do in war, because this governmental regime is not part of any, CIA or anything like that. It doesn't have any rules basis, so it would do anything it want to win the war. Anything possible. So it would kill anything, any person, anyone, and it will do anything to win. After that, when he got back home with a card that basically had infinite money, he searched out his family, looking at the local newspaper, finding that they actually got really wealthy over some, good business deals. And when he found the local house and he saw his family outside, his dad who has gray hairs, his mom who looks older, his his youngest brother, who was 4 at the time, is now 14. Talking to his dad, and his younger brother, who was 16, who is now 26 in a wheelchair. That demon and angel popped on his shoulder, and the demon was louder than the angel this time, and was like, "You can't go back. You can't go back. You didn't prove yourself enough. You didn't sacrifice like they did. You left. You didn't stay here. You left." So he walked away, and he found a little pamphlet that says, next to a bar, that says, "Here for hire." So he walks in. So that's where we left off last time. Let's start the what if. So he walks in and just asked for a job. Just ask. They're like, "Have you ever worked in a bar before?" Nope. Okay. Do you have any signs of mental insanity? Yep, pretty much. Drug abuse? Not yet. Smoker? No, but can be. You drink alcohol? Yeah. Hop around the bar. Let's get going. Really, it was like that. Because of such the low staff and low crew, especially with this just local bar, mostly because where it's situated in the gang lord session, middle of really bad territories, no one likes to work here because you might get shot. So he did it "Hey, do you have any references?" Fuck references. Hop around this bar. I'll teach you a little bit. Let's get going. I need you as a worker. So Frank started working as a bar worker. So Frank, okay, I forgot to requote this, but it's true. Frank, because of the drugs in his system and because of the process and what they did in him, basically in the program, he looks like 24. A set of his like 28. What he should be, he's like 28, almost 30. But he looks like 24, like almost in his prime. Not in prime version, but like pretty much muscular body, but in the mind of a 28-year-old, but in the body of a 24-year-old. So like everything is so sharp and so focused, but also like his body can handle a lot more punishment. So with him doing this stuff, people think he's a 24-year-old. He looks young. He looks young, like a 23, 24, 25-year-old. But he's like built like a machine. I just want you guys to know that. So he's been working at this bar for a long time, and everyone enjoys him. He's a hard ass. He'll tell jokes about something. He'll say like, when I was in the war a couple of times, and they're like, "Oh, you were in the army?" I was like, "Oh, kind of." And he says it like that, like, "Oh yeah, kind of." Also, he's basically the enforcer. No one wants to fuck with Frank, basically. After the first fight that he got into, especially because it's a small bar and small towns go far, someone drank too much. Frank came over there. "Hey, last shot. You can't. No, I'm cutting you off here." And he pulled out a gun. Said, "You give me another drink, or I shoot you." And Frank, calm as can be, took the gun out of his hand, pointed it back, and pointed it, flipped it around, pointed it, put it into like a side pocket or something, into not even like a holster, just in like his belt, and just said, "You get out of my face." And after that, he was called the coolest guy in the world. He had to stop a couple bar fights because he's the enforcer. He's the person to be like, he has to hop around that bar. And after they saw how much punishment Frank's fist can do, because he has metal fucking bones, they don't want to fight around Frank. But Frank isn't really living, per se. Like, he has a house in the middle of the woods with a shipping container full of firearms that he built because he ordered the parts and he just started building them. But Frank doesn't really have like a life to himself. He doesn't really have a soul to himself. He has hobbies, building guns, uh, uh, chopping wood, uh, farming for say, taking care of his animals and all that stuff. But he doesn't have like a life. He has work, he has home, and he has chores, and that's it. He doesn't really live until this one incident. Two gang lords from the three gang members technically, one more responsible than the others, walked up drunk as piss and started flirting with one of the female bartenders. Now Frank, as the enforcer, has to jump in and be like, "Hey, you can't do this." Or what he does is basically he trades. So one of the tables of the locals, just a normal people bench, he flips him like, "Hey, you take them, I'm gonna take them." It's like, "Hey," and he walks up, like, "Hey, what do you guys want to order?" It's like, "Oh," it's like these drunk as piss guys, just like, where's the young lady?" He says, he smiles and he says, "I didn't ask you that. I asked, what do you guys want to order? Not if you guys want a young lady here, because that's not the question I asked. I asked, what do you guys want to order? If you're not going to order, if you're just going to get drinks, I'm happy to give you some." As one of the gang, like, you know what is that? Is that some sass I'm hearing from your voice, boy? Boy. I've seen more combat than your fucking entire body, his body, and your body all combined. I've killed enough people more than that fucking right hand jerked off your dick. So I want you to think about this real quick before we answer these questions again, okay? I ask you a question. You answer my question. If you don't answer my question, we're going to keep on doing this, and that's just a waste of my time, and I don't like a waste of my time. So I'm going to ask it one more time, just in case you didn't hear me. What do you guys want to order? As the guy's like getting kind of pissed, but also kind of scared. Because Frank is a big guy. And when I mean big guy, I mean 6'2", 310 pounds. Added the metal. Maybe subtracted the metal. He's like 450. He's 450 because of the metal. Literally, the metal in his bones make him 450. People, like, when he walks on like into a room, people can feel like the weight on the building like shift. Like, Frank, get in the middle of the building, please, Frank. You're heavy as shit. like they scaled him once. Like, hey, Frank, how much you weigh? Like, he's like, I don't know. Last time I weighed myself, I was weighing 420 pounds. 420? No fucking way. You're ripped to shreds. Check it. And it's true. 420 pounds. Actually, 450 now because he exercises more frequently and doesn't just like eat terrible meals. He eats pretty good now. So like, they're like, oh, okay. Just drinks for the table. What drinks? Whiskey's all around. Okay. See, straightforward answers equals straightforward solutions. So he grabs a bottle of whiskey, fills up 3 glasses, walks away. Now, out the night goes, they're getting rowdier and rowdier. Out the night goes, they start flirting a little bit more with the female bartenders. And the last straw is when one of them slaps one of their asses. That was when Frank has to be like, you're out. Get out of here. It's like, I don't know if you know who I am, but I am part of a gang that runs this city. Says, yeah, does it run the bar? Get the fuck out of here. He pulls out a gun. Points it right at Frank's face. Just says, you see what this is, right? Says, yeah, it's a gun with the safety on, you idiot. As it's like, does it? And he looks at it, and that's when Frank punches him in the face. Just smashes him in the face. And the other guys, stand up, and Frank grabs the gun, points it straight down at the guy who's drunk as shit, and just says, guys, I know what you're thinking. I can put so many bullets, as they both grab at their hips, like ready for the gun. Says, I can put probably 2 rounds into this guy before you guys pull out your guns. But that's not the fun way. I could probably put 1 round into his skull, 1 round into you, and he points out one of the looks smarter guy wasn't so rowdy. And then I could put another round into your fucking head before you even guys pull out your guns. So let's keep this a smarter element. You grab your buddy and leave here. No responsibility. I don't shoot you guys, and we have a fun time. As they grab the buddy and move out. Telling Frank's commands, and he puts the gun away. And Frank's boss is like, I don't think you should have done that. He's like, what's gonna happen? They're gonna bring their friends. I'm gonna have to kick more ass. You know how it is. Like, but that's a big gang, bro. Like, I don't think you can handle that. As if I can, I can't. If I can, I can. It's fine as it goes. As A couple days later, a good sized group of people. When I mean good size, I mean 15 people came and walked to Frank's bar early in the morning, about like 8 o'clock on the dot. And they say, "Who's Frank? Hey, you Frank Castle?" Say, "Yeah." Pulls out a fully loaded shotgun. Says, "We can do this the easy way. We can do this the hard way." See, I am in the impression of apologization, as like you see two other guys pull out like pistols. As, oh, apologizing how rude you guys were last night, or your guys, not you or yourself. As he slowly pulls out a gun from the back and points it at the wood and angled section. Now, no one's here right now. He's setting up the bar. He opened the door, get the fresh air in. He says, I don't like people disrespecting me. Well, I don't like disrespecting my party either. See, as it goes. As he has a gun pointed straight at this guy's head. And he's just worried about the other guys beside him. And then he looks behind him and the guys in the alleyway. I don't like people disrespecting my, my bar and my people either. I gave him an ultimatum. I didn't kill him. See, he says, this can go really both ways. See, we can all die here with blood spatter and everything, and I could kill every single one of you, but have enough injuries where I die as well. Or you can leave here and just let it be. As the guy looks at him, like smiling, just says, I don't think it's gonna roll like that, Captain. He says, oh, you don't think so? Well, I think I got a different idea. As he pulls the trigger and it blows out his brains and it just shoots him. The other guys have just enough, like they look over and they realize their captain's dead. They don't have enough time. Frank pulls out the gun that was just aiming at him, pulls two triggers. Bang, bang, 2 headshots. He jumps over the bar, grabs the shotgun as one of the guys coming into the bar. Boom! Shatter shells. Rips this guy apart. Cock. Shell goes flying. He hits the deck. All he hears is boom, 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 as the entire bar is getting lit up as Frank grabs both the pistols, grabs the shotgun, reloads the shell that he used to blow up the guy. And right when he hears tick, 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 all their guns emptied, he pops out. Boom, boom, boom. He lays out 8 guys. Shells unload. Hit. He throws the shotgun. Someone catches it. He pulls out a pistol. Boom, boom. 10. 10 with 10 shots. 8 with the shotgun. 2 with the pistols. Pistol. He flips around. Boom, boom. 2 more headshots before even the guys can reload their guns. Bodies just lay on the ground. As he dumps the mag, unloads around and just says, he looks around everywhere and there's like a couple people. It says, is anyone going to call the police or something? Like, come on here. Got bodies laid out as he walks into his bar and he, drags the body out of his bar, drags all 3 bodies, or 4 bodies technically, all out, and just says, hey, I'm gonna clean up my bar real quick, give me like 45 minutes, and call the police, tell there was a mass shooting, there's dead bodies here. As someone's watching him. Someone that he doesn't, not even Frank, realize because of the blood rush that's going through his head right now. And he sees a wheelchair and just ride away from the place. As this is where we're going to end off today. Hope you guys liked the video. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.